Dice, snacks, character sheets, minis. Long ago, the campaign proceeded steadily. Then, everything changed when scheduling attacked. Only the DM, master of all things fantasy, could keep the group together, but when the campaign needed him most, he vanished. Flamio, Hotman. We're delving into the world of benders and chakras, combining the fantasy world of D&D with the elemental extravaganza of Avatar. And what better way to do that than with the Avatar himself? Aang zips on in, bringing joy, elemental mastery, and an uncanny ability to dodge out of harm's way. Let's soar right into it.
Sometimes life is like this dark tunnel. You can't always see the light at the end of the tunnel, but if you just keep moving, you will come to a better place.
The Avatar may be a personification of light or goodness. Peace? I didn't really understand that subplot in Korra. Anyways, the Avatar may be tied to Rava, but they're also a person with stats. Let's look at what sets Aang apart from the other Avatars. His dexterity comes in at 15, because he's a dexterous little guy who can zoom around the battlefield, not to mention his balance. Charisma slots in at 14, because he's got girls across the globe, and he's never met someone he can't be friends with. Just look at Zuko. His strength is a whopping 13. This is more empowered by the Avatar state, but you've still got to be a little strong to be the Avatar. His wisdom is 12. He's got enough street knowledge to realize who Bumi is, and has enough foresight to avoid some traps laid out by Azula. He still has his slip-ups on occasion, though. His constitution is a 10. He's 12. Got frozen in ice, and then there's the lightning incident. Finally, an intelligence of 8, because again, he's only 12. He's not the smartest lemur in the herd.
I need to ask you something.
What?
Please, come closer.
What is it?
Will you go penguin sledding with me?
For Aang's race, we thought about air genasi, but it didn't exactly fit. So we opted for variant human, since he's still a human, I think, in the Avatar world. Get a nice boost to dexterity and charisma, as well as his movement speed from mobile. Give him acrobatics proficiency so he can be even more nimble and the language of Momo. For his background, go Acolyte. He's a student of the Air Monks, and the last one at that. He's got the whole Avatar thing too, so he's an acolyte of all bending. He gets insight and religion proficiencies, mostly to help discern friend from foe.
When we hit our lowest point, we are open to the greatest change.
Now, to start out, obviously we're going to go with Way of the Four Elements Monk. Wait, hold on. The script here says Sorcerer. Huh. We must be going with Monk later. Okay, so we're going to start out with one level of Sorcerer. Aang gets Deception and Persuasion proficiencies, making his Kuzan disguise that much more believable. He also gets some spells, focusing on his elemental adaptation. Control Flames, Gust, Mold Earth, and Shape Water wrap up his cantrips, while Featherfall and Fog Cloud take up those spells. He goes into Storm Sorcery to get that sweet airbending magic. Wind Speaker allows him to speak the language of the elements, and his Tempestuous magic keeps those Appa-stealing sandbenders at bay. Level 2, it's more Sorcerer Spectacles. Font of Magic gives Aang the resources he needs. He can keep those air blasts coming for a measly cost of a few sorcery points. And we'll also pick up Mage Armor, just for now. It'll hold us over until those monk levels start rolling in with unarmored defense. We keep going down the Sorcerer Trail, hitting level 3. Here, Aang gets some versatility, picking up Quicken Spell and Transmuted Spell, really honing in on his elemental expertise. He also picks up Gust of Wind, his signature move. Here at level 4, we're multi and classing into, you guessed it, Monk. Huh? No, this can't be right, it's his Paladin. Oh, we must be going to Paladin to get Elemental Smites, then into Monk. Okay, I get it. Level 4, Aang gets one level of Paladin. He picks up Divine Sense, helping keep the gang safe from Azula, Sparky Boo Man, and June. He also gets some Magical Touch magic, although I think Katara is going to have to pick up more healing for the party. Up to level 5, we keep rolling down this Paladin path, picking up the Great Weapon Master fighting style, so Aang can truly master his quarterstaff talents. He also gets access to the all-powerful Divine Smite, and some of the Elemental Smites as well. I'm sure no one is stupid enough to do anything to trigger Aang to use this, right? Right? Okay, level 6 and the final level of Paladin. His Oath is of the Ancients, specifically to Rava. This spiritual oath allows you to incur nature's wrath in the form of spectral vines. Aang's spiritual bond grows the longer he holds his oath. He also cannot be sickened, a benefit of the Avatar. Surely nothing else can take him down. Level 7, and now we multiclass into Monk. Or so I thought, until I saw another level in Sorcerer. Here, Aang gets even more nimble, gaining a +2 in Dexterity. His mastery of the elements strengthens as well, gaining Create Bonfire and Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. Level 8, and we're going back to Paladin for now. I promise we'll get to Monk soon. He gets another boost to dexterity, and it makes Aang almost impossible to hit. Almost. We'll keep it rolling, as level 9 brings another level of Paladin. Extra attack this time, allowing Aang to double bonk with his glider, or control the battlefield with quick, exact airstrikes. Now, up to level 10, Aang becomes a true protector. With his aura of protection, anyone near him gets a boost to their saving throws, as long as Aang is conscious. It really does pay off to be friends with the most powerful person in the world.
No, it's not. It's easy to do nothing, but it's hard to forgive.
Okay, now we're going monk. Eventually. For now, though, level 11 brings us back to sorcerer. Rava is making sure Aang does not fail when it matters, giving him magical guidance in the heat of battle. He also cools things off with Wall of Water, protecting himself and his friends from the Fire Nation Navy. Level 12 brings us back to Paladin, and another aura for Aang. This time, he's keeping his friends protected from any bending skills that may come their way. We all know some, Sokka, need it more than others. Next up, level 13 brings Paladin level 8. Here, Aang gets a slight boost to his charisma and strength. Papaya. That's such a great pickup line. Now we venture into the spiritual side of the Avatar at level 14. Aang picks up Spirit Shroud and protection from energy. Those past avatars definitely gave him some life advice. Some more violent than others. Kyoshi! Kyoshi! Okay, we're almost to the monk part, I promise. But first, level 15 goes into Sorcerer. Aang gains access to weather control, keeping the gang out of the rain. He also gets into the heart of the storm, gaining resistance to thunder and lightning damage. Too bad one Fire Nation princess has Elemental Adept. And finally, Burning Hands, to represent his mastery over the toughest element. Level 16, another level in Paladin, and Aang is getting more in tune with his chakras, meaning more auras. The gang isn't scared of Azula or Sparky Boom Man anymore. They've been through far worse. Next up, at level 17, Aang's avatar attacks get even stronger, improving his Divine Smite with an extra 1d8 radiant damage. Level 18 brings Paladin level 12, and Aang cannot be broken out of his avatar state, most of the time. Warcaster allows Aang to keep up those air scooters or water walls much longer than anticipated. The last level of Sorcerer comes at level 19, and it brings Aang's ultimate avatar state power, Haste. Now Aang can go sicko mode, and take down anyone who opposes him, especially those sandbenders. And now to level 20, the final level of Paladin. Aang gets Stone Skin to copy Toph's full body stone shield. But most importantly, he finds Appa. With Find Greater Steed, he can yip his way out of trouble with the help of his gigantic sky bison.
Leaves from the vine, falling so slow, like fragile tiny shells drifting in the foam.
Okay, and for this level, the thing we've all been waiting for. We'll go monk. Wait, we're out of levels? Oh, no, this can't be. What about the way of the four elements monk? I mean, that's exactly what he is. It's like literally what Aang does. I'm gonna be so fired. Wait, maybe if I keep going, no one will notice. Okay, so let's look at what Aang excels at, and where the 112-year-old can use some refining. Just like airbending, let's see what he's mastered. He's an air scooter master. Aang is dexterous like no one else, slippery as all get out, and hard to keep down. He's got a maximum AC of 20, possible 80 movement speed per turn, and let's not even forget about his flying speed with Appa. He's got the moves for sure. His chakras are also aligned. He's got not one, not two, but 3 auras that protect himself and his friends. While Guru Pratik said it couldn't be done, Aang is out to prove that you can have mastered chakras and have earthly possessions. He's a master of the 4 elements, with Maximilian's Earth and Grasp, Burning Hands, Wall of Water, and Gust of Wind. He's got at least 1 elemental spell under his belt. He truly is a fully realized avatar. And bonk alert, he's got a potential to hit hard. With haste and extra attack, he can get up to 4 attacks in a turn. Not to mention Quicken Spell to get more bending mayhem in there. He truly is a force to be reckoned with. And I guess we can address the giant flying bison in the room. He's not a monk. Now, that may be a con to you, but it makes this build unique, so I'll mark it down as a pro. But just like Aang failed to master firebending the first time, he's not all perfect. He's a squishy 12-year-old. With a max HP of 108 and a measly 10 in Constitution, Aang is not taking a lot of hits. When he gets hit, that is. The Avatar State is also his power source. The Avatar State, aka Haste, is basically his main power source. He's strong without it, but he's impossible to stop with it. If he happened to get struck by lightning right in his spine, that would be a bad time all around, especially if he happens to fail that con check. He's a distance fighter. In close quarters, he's not nearly as powerful. He leaves all the weapon-to-weapon combat to Sokka and Suki. He's got one major flaw, however. She happens to be a psychotic, motherless, daddy's girl, firebending princess with elemental adept and lightning. and she happened to crit on her attack. Well, I hope all you non-benders enjoyed this whirlwind of a character build. From a frozen 12-year-old boy to a world-saving avatar, Aang really has become a master. If you want to find Aang, or any other characters we've built, for yourself, hop on ATLA and yip right over to our Patreon. You can find all our characters and much more for completely free. Also, don't forget to air blast that like button, scooter on over to the subscribe button, and glide to that notification bell. That's it from us here at Natural One. Keep those dice rolling, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Yip yip. Who is James Cameron? What are these, like, blue people? Is that? Oh no. I did the wrong avatar. I'm definitely getting fired.